Today marks 2 years since a traffic stop took the life of Officer Jaimie Cox and the man he pulled over.
On November 5th, 2017, just after 1 a.m., Cox's watch ended near East State Street and Dawn Avenue. This is surveillance video from November 5th, 2017, showing Officer Cox turning on his lights, pulling over a truck on East State near Dawn Avenue. Only Eddie Patterson took off at the time, with Cox still entangled in the truck door. Cox shot Patterson, who ended up crashing into a tree. Both men died.
Losing the young officer left a permanent mark on the Rockford Police Department.
While the death of a fellow officer is traumatizing for the department, that isn't the only stressful situation officers have to deal with on the job.
Reporter Brett Brooks talked with an agency that helps first responders work through traumatic experiences. And Brett, since Officer Cox's death, new coping strategies have been put in place.
And they are becoming effective. Day-to-day calls can affect officers past when their shift is long over. But in light of the passing of Jaimie Cox, one foundation working with first responders tell me they've seen a huge increase in first responders seeking mental health treatment. Since the death of Jaimie Cox, more work is being done to help officers' mental health.
You just deal with it as a family, and you move on, but never forgetting the sacrifices and the hard work of the individual who was taken too early and tragically.
Part of dealing with his loss, several Rockford officers started a group to deal with the trauma.
Because our peer-to-peer really evolved out of the Jaimie Cox tragedy. Groups of officers who provide assistance, sometimes just an open ear, to other officers who are facing tragedy, whether it's immediate or something that is kind of residual from past events, such as the loss of Officer Cox.
Talking with someone after experiencing trauma help officers cope.
You know, the stigma is starting to be broken down where it's okay, not to be okay. It's our right to seek help.
Retired Rockford Deputy Chief Greg Limmark committed suicide in 2015. The foundation, started in his name, says they've seen an increase recently in first responders seeking mental health therapy.
Yeah, there's been a slight raise in people using our services in the last 3 to 4 months. It gets bigger all the time, but there has been a little more quicker uptick in, unfortunately, for officers that need to use our services.
Their mission: encourage more officers to seek counseling.
It's to break that stigma that, it's okay to get help. It doesn't mean you're bad. It doesn't mean you're going to lose your badge. It's like I said, it's more important than your physical health.
Thanks to the work stemming from the Rockford Police Department's peer-to-peer group, they've been able to help other departments in the state line cope with losses of their officers as well. Mimi?
Brett, thanks for that. Rockford's Mayor Tom McNamara released a statement honoring not only Officer Cox's sacrifice, but all the people who serve our city, saying in part, "Public safety is my top priority as your mayor. I hope you'll join me in recognizing our men and women in blue and continue to support them in the vital work they do each and every day." Officer Cox is only the 7th Rockford police officer to be killed while on duty in 100 years.